Ladies and gentlemen, Caravan fans, welcome to Barter Dowling Stadium for our third game of the day. It's our third broadcast. My name is Matt Malloy. I've been here all day, but Marty Mann just coming up to the box here is my cousin, senior tight end and red hat for the football team. Usually you're down there on the sideline. What's it like to be up here?
You know, I've been around Southside Catholic Conference for a little bit the past 4 years filming for St. John Fisher football. So it's good to kind of get up here in the booth and kind of talk about what I've been seeing from both St. John Fisher football and all the other teams across the league.
Absolutely. We got to hold up on the kickoff here. We're going to send it back down to the field, but Marty, you know, talking about being a part of the SEC, you won 2 gold balls, didn't you? Yeah, one
Yes, sir.
JV, one varsity. Earlier today, MHR played. They're the 1 seed right now, and back when we played football for St. John Fisher, they were still kind of a powerhouse, so they're continuing that success, definitely.
Yeah, it seems like most Holy Redeemer and St. Mike's have always been the 2 powerhouses of the SEC, and they just always have good, tough football, fast football, and they're still rolling.
Yeah, I mean, these 2 teams we have today, St. Mike's, they've had continued success. St. Gabe's not so much. They've struggled a little bit in the past, and I think it's great to see them now. They are a 3-4 team, so not a winning record, but still impressive.
I'll say one thing, though, about St. Gabe's. From my time when I was at St. John Fisher, it seemed like their program was nowhere near where it is now. It's
Right.
They've got a lot of taller guys, and the coaches have seemed to put together a good program now, and they've been doing pretty well.
Definitely. They're coming out, these green jerseys, man. Marty, before the game you said they run a little bit of everything, so we're going to see what they come out with now. They've also got some young talent, but on defense now they're going to have to try and stop St. Mike's. St. Mike's, they've been running the same thing for years. I think we'll be used to what's going on here. Number 23 is going to take it under center, though. It's Andrew Piesker. Hands it off. Number 15, Andrew Tilka, 8th grader, attends St. Mike's. So here on St. Mike's roster, they've got, a lot of different schools, Payless South, Incarnation, things like that. And on the other side for Gabe's, that's also the same kind of thing. But for teams like Fisher and St. John the Cross, all their kids go to the same school. It's definitely something to keep in mind when watching these games.
See St. Mike's using the I formation here, that last play. It's all about getting that separation between the guard and tackles and hitting the hole.
They do just that here. Not enough for a first down, or maybe it will be. Yeah, they're going to move the chains down here now.
See, sometimes a simple play like that, like a fullback dive, can either be a gain of 0 or a gain of 3. And a gain of 3 in this case is going to get you a first down.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. That Wildcat offense looking pretty good. Once they get into Shamrock territory, though, things are going to get a little more tense. We've seen that earlier. The first 2 games today, they started off pretty slow, I got to say. But
look out for the wing tee here, Matt.
Pasker hands it off. Tilka again. Brought down at the 45. Small gain.
Excuse me, that was the wishbone, Matthew. But a little shift back into that I formation. It's something you don't see on that the lower level football. You more so see that at the high school level.
Definitely.
But they're just going to keep pounding it up the middle. And when offenses like that just keep giving the ball to the same guy up the middle, it's only a matter of time until one of those 5-yard runs turns into a 50-yard touchdown.
I 100% agree. I think something about these offenses, too, in the SEC, they take their time and they hold off. They wait to pass. Early on in the game, in their first drive, first 2 even, they're just going to run the ball. That one, though, bring it out early, fake the handoff. It's a short gain, though. You're not going to see these guys gun for it downfield for a while.
Yeah, it looked like a little flat route there from a fullback, but it looked like number 17, Emmett Samoska, was open downfield. But still going to have 3rd and 6 to go.
Got some subs here. 7.5 minutes. 3rd and 5. This is where things get interesting. The Shamrock defense holds them here. think there's definitely a question as to whether or not you go for it. So these two teams have not played each other yet this season, which is pretty interesting. For the past two matchups, they did. They met each other in the regular season. For these guys, that did not happen, though. Under center again, something we see a lot of. Here we go, pulling out the pass again. Complete. A lot of open field, too. It's a first down and more. That's number 33 for St. Mike's. Liam Treacy on the run after the catch there, 8th grader, goes to Incarnation. And he didn't play football last year. This is his first season here, already making an impact on the offense.
Yeah, I love the play call. A little fake a counter to a flat route there to Tracy, number 33. And when you do a little counter like that and have your receiver on the right go downfield, it's going to leave a lot of room for that fullback. And once he catches it, all you got to do is go upfield.
Under center again. Yeah, they're going to run this all day, Marty. They're never going to sway away from this. It works for them. Pass again out to the right. Complete. And 5 Shamrock defenders circle in. It's number 10 for St. Mike's. Joey Shield.
Yeah, those plays like that, a little 5-yard hitch, it's going to keep the defense guessing on if it's going to be a run or a pass. And if you got a quarterback like that for St. Mike's, number 23, Andrew Piesker, you can do anything. So you got 3 receivers now here, Matt.
Definitely take note of that.
Excuse me, 4 receivers.
I said it before. I said they're going to wait to gun it downfield. They run it there, but compared to other teams, St. Mike's has definitely been throwing it more early on.
See that on the college level sometimes with just spreading the receivers out, kind of taking 4 extra defenders out of the box and just running it right up the middle. It just gives the lineman more of a easier 5-on-5 sort of situation with guys on the line and guys in the box to get some good blocks in.
Well, Wildcats are moving downfield slowly but surely. They're eating away at this clock, which is definitely the smart option to do here, Marty, in the SEC. I said it earlier, but back with that MHR and St. Catherine game, St. Catherine had the ability to come back and score a few touchdowns, put themselves in the running to win. That pass out to the right side.
Move.
Yeah, we'll draw back here. But earlier, that game this morning at noon, it was a close one. They were only down by a touchdown, and they went out there, and I said, the absolute worst thing you could do right now is rush through things. If you take it slow and punch it in for 6, then who cares if, they respond back with another touchdown. At least you showed the ability to score, and you made it a tie ball game.
See, St. Mike's going to go back to that 4-wide formation with a fullback right there. That's not a running back. That's a fullback, number 10.
Yeah. Take the snap, handoff. Incredible blocking there. That went just the way they wanted it to, and now they're pinned down inside the 5, looking to go for it.
So you gotta love that ability for a fullback to just take it right up the middle, and that's all the guards right there, the guard and center, clearing the lane, and that 4-hole you call it on the right side of the O-line.
We can take a look at it here, but number 10 for St. Mike's, Joey Shield. He's got to have to say thank you to his lineman there because he easily could have been stuffed at the line of scrimmage, but like you said, Marty, they're doing a great job. Downfield here, they're going to run the same thing. Shield doesn't have it. That's got to be about as close as you can get, Marty. Right there before the goal line. They've still got plenty of opportunities here, though.
Yeah, it looked like the same exact play, a little pulling tackle there.
Mm-hmm.
But like I said, if you just take your receivers out of the box, and when I say the box, I'm talking about in between your right tackle and left tackle, you just got 4 defenders you don't have to worry about.
Look at this here, a little bit of a different formation.
T formation in the
they're going to go back. Yeah. Trying to catch these Shamrocks off guard, I guess. Yeah, but Marty,
Perfect.
Touchdown for St. Mike's. The Wildcats strike first here in this first-round playoff game. I think, Marty, what you were saying there about the box, though, when you get down into a goal line situation like that, that's when that becomes even more evident of why it's important to keep guys in or pull guys out, right? They did a great job there. I think switching into that I formation was smart, kept the Shamrocks on their toes, but overall, they're going to be the first ones to put some points on the board today. Excuse me. Coming out, they're going to kick it. They make it. It's 2. We're going to see it. I have heard a little bit coming up later for the Buckeyes versus St. John Fisher. That one seems to be good. I've heard the Buckeyes apparently have the best kicker in the conference. We'll get into that later, but St. Mike seems to be doing just fine. 8-0 with 3 minutes and 20 seconds remaining in the first quarter. All right, folks, back out here. Second kickoff of the game after the Wildcats strike first. They're up 8-0 right now. First quarter is coming off to an end here, and St. Gabe's is looking to tie it up.
And Matt, I got to say it, Mount Carmel football every week, one of our goals for the season is to have a perfect game, whether it's no interception, no turnovers, perfect drives. That's a perfect drive right there from St. Mike's, and you got to be pretty hopeful for them.
Absolutely.
A little bit of trouble here.
Yeah, that was an interesting one. So, I mean, that's just going to help St. Gabe's even more. I was a little confused there. They were running up about to kick it, and they just came at an interesting angle. But I think they still wanted to go to that side of the field. Just came off the tee the wrong way. All right. Still no time taken off after that touchdown. St. Gabe's, they're going to take over here. First time their offense is on the field today. Like right here, I mean, this is just an interesting formation. It's very basic. It's down to the core of what football is, right? You're not going to see that at higher levels. It turns out going to be negative yardage there for the Shamrocks.
It's the Chicago Bears T formation right there. You got the two, the middle guy and the left guy going out to block the edge. Just toss it to your back, your right back.
Yeah, that's number 11 for St. Gabe's. St. Gabe's, David Amo. He's an 8th grader and goes to Old St. Mary's.
See, now you got the pistol look, Matt, with 2 down tight ends and a receiver up top. I like it.
That's a very different play from what they ran the first time, and it's going to pay off. Number 34 off to the races for St. Gabe's, Nino Capuano. He's not going to get into the end zone, but he's pinned down inside the 10. So 2 plays later, and St. Gabe's is already knocking on St. Mike's door.
See, that good things happen when you put a lot of guys on the O-line.
Let's take a look at this, Marty. Great blocking, hits upfield. He's got a lot of green in front of him. I'd say St. Mike's does a great job there. They're patient when trying to take him down. They easily could have just dove at his feet, but instead they try to hit him above the hips, and it pays off.
See, it's almost looking like 4th grade football with getting your splits with your arms, but it pays off.
Brought down again in the backfield. So it seems to be hit or miss here, but it's the first quarter. They're still feeling each other out. This is the first time their offense is on the field. And that big play is helping them out a lot. It's getting them a feel. These guys didn't play each other in the regular season, so St. Gabe's really has no idea of what plays they should run against St. Mike's. They're trying a little bit of everything right now, and I think that's why you're going to see plays are either -2 yards or positive 50, right? We've seen this formation before, though. Flag on the play is going to stop things.
See, I'm liking the way that Gabe's is running the ball with kind of spreading the O-line out. It's allowing for quicker down blocks. And that running back, number 34, Nino Campiano, just seems just seems quick off the snap, and he wants the ball. He wants to hit the hole hard.
Absolutely. I mean, after calling 2 games earlier today, I saw a diversity in the running back position, right? We had guys that were explosive from the jump. We had guys that accelerated more and more as they hit the gap or got outside, went wide. These guys, though, it'll be interesting to see. We're going to see a pass here, the first one of the day for St. Gabe's, and it's going to pay off. Doesn't get into the end zone. Man, they've been real close on 2 plays, both a big rush and a big pass. But, man, that's a great job there by number 16, Jake Lococo. Just pulls it in, 8th grader. Great job overall.
See, Matt, the use of play action in the lower level football can be so crucial.
Absolutely.
In creating big plays. You see here, the defense just saw 3 run plays go up the middle. And now when they see that quarterback roll out, it's already too late.
Yeah, you really catch them off guard, and like you said, it's too late. You know, you can't come back from it. We'll see what they do here now, because now I think the playbook is open for anything.
It's
you're
still
at the
3rd
2-yard
and goal.
line. Yeah, 3rd and goal at the 2.
See, St. Mike's has got everybody up against the line of scrimmage. I don't like this for St. Gabe's.
Yeah, they're really looking to stop them. Yeah. I think Gabe's was hoping that Mike's would pull some guys off of the line, but they just went full force. You could say that's a big risk, big reward for Mike's, you know. If you put too much stuff, you know, send too many guys to blitz, pressure is all in one place, it's not spread out enough. Gabe's can just run it out to the corner, hit the pylon, and put 6 on the board. But it goes the right way for the Wildcats. Time is ticking down in the first quarter. We'll see if they get the playoff. If they don't, we'll just head down to the other end zone.
See, even if St. Gabe's does have a good field goal unit, it doesn't seem like you'd want to use it here, because if St. Mike's is already scoring 8 points off their first drive,
Yeah,
it's probably a good chance it might happen again.
definitely.
But with trying to run the ball for St. Gabe's, if St. Mike's is going to have everybody against the line of scrimmage, it's going to be really tough running even up the middle or to the side.
Definitely. Well, we're 1 quarter in. We're going to head down to the other side of the field. But, Marty, you know, what does it mean for Mike's to come out like that? You kind of put it in that perspective of the Caravan. They try to play at least 1 perfect game a season. I'd say so far, offensively-wise, that's about as perfect as you can get. Really no mistakes there. What does their defense need to do now to give their offense more opportunities to come out and do the same thing they did on their first offensive drive?
So right here, it's just going to take a simple stop with being aggressive. It's all going to come down to mentality and aggressiveness. But, I mean, you never know with St. Gabe's what they're going to run here.
Right.
It could be either a pop pass with the run not working. But if St. Mike's just goes all out, their offense is going to be hyped and ready to go.
Right. Like I said, the playbook is wide open for St. Gabe's. We're going to take you down to the field here and see what they do. All right, Marty. Still taking time to switch. Some past scores today. Most Holy Redeemer beat St. Catherine. They were the 1 seed, so really no big surprise there. Score 30-14. They will be playing the 2 o'clock game next Sunday at St. Lawrence, playing the winner of the Buckeyes and St. John Fisher. And then this is the first game today where it will finalize a matchup for next week. The winner of this game between Mike's and Gabe's will play St. Francis Xavier, the Falcons from SFX. The 2 seed record of 6-1, now 7-1 after the playoff victory today. They beat St. John the Cross 42-16.
Now, Matt, looking here at a 4th and goal situation, teams practice a trick play every week, no matter what the situation is. If there's a time to use a trick play, it's right here, right now.
I agree, yeah. St. Mike's has no idea what's coming. I feel like they really don't have an idea. They look to the left. A lot of pressure, but he still picks it up. That's a touchdown for St. Gabe's and an incredible way to thread the needle. Nice job there by number 16 on St. Gabe's, Jake Lococo. This one is going to be called back, though.
Oh, that was a great play call there. It was a great throw, too.
Flag on the play. Yeah, Marty. I mean, that was a I got worried there for a little bit. I thought it might have been picked off. There was a lot of defenders, but I think they were mostly behind Lococo, so it didn't affect them that much. We'll take a look at it. So this play was called back. Not going to be a touchdown for St. Gabe's.
Pretty much threaded the needle there with that pass.
Yeah.
But I don't know. This is a really tough situation. 4th and 10, or 4th and goal, really.
Timeout going to be taken. I think that's a great time to use one.
It's tricky because you don't want to settle for the field goal, but it also seems very unlikely to score with the situation given.
Yeah, so it's 8-0, not 8-6. We'll change that for you. Second quarter, 9 minutes, 57 seconds remain. 4th and long, but 4th and goal at the 10-yard line. Not the position you want to be in. Gabe's is going to have to go out there and try to do what they just did with the touchdown that was called back. Okay, coming back from that timeout, St. Gabe's, they've got a lot of yards to make up for after that flag. It's a high pass out to the left side. Oh, he doesn't got it. I thought he pulled it in there.
Maybe?
I think he dropped it. It hit the gate outside the back of the end zone.
I don't know, man. We got a signal from our white hat ref that it was a touchdown.
I don't know, though. I feel like... I don't know. Okay, well... So I think he dropped it after he had possession. I think he retained possession, and then outside of the end zone, when he was far out of bounds, that's when the ball came loose. So
almost like one of those, you caught it, and the defender's still trying to
right.
Take it out of your hands out of frustration.
So that's going to be 6 points for St. Gabe's. Kick is up, and it's good. Tie game at 8. Second quarter, 9 minutes, 52 seconds remain. When we get back, Gabe's will kick this one back to St. Mike's. And we're going to see if the Wildcat offense can do the same thing they did on their opening drive. All right, Marty, kicking off. Number 3 for St. Gabe's, Griffin Sinkovich. He's a 7th grader. Got a couple of young guys for St. Gabe's here. Mike's, I'd say, is 8th grade heavy, like most teams. Pretty decent return, big hit. The Mike sideline likes it.
See, that's pretty good kickoff coverage there from a lower level, 7th and 8th grade football there, because it seems like you see teams more starting so at the 40, even the 45. And it doesn't seem like it does, but it does make a huge difference in
Absolutely.
12 yards. It's just another first down.
Well, I'll tell you what, these guys can't just run a slant and pick up 15 yards, right?
Yeah.
These guys, I mean, they run the ball. You know, it's gritty like that. They pick up 5 yards a play. It's not like higher levels. That play right there is probably the most basic or average play you'll see out of grammar school football, and especially the SEC. So, by what you were saying though, the difference of 12 yards on the return, it's huge. It makes up for a lot.
Man, I'd like to talk about it now, but you notice that the score is 8-8. It's not 8-6. It's not 8-7. It's not 6-6. Both these teams are converting these field goals, and I don't know if you realize, but it makes a huge difference in the outcome of some of these games. I'll talk a little bit after.
Absolutely, yeah. Mike's, there's a flag on the play immediately after the snap. If this one is against Gabe's, though, it'll be a first down.
Okay, I'm seeing a holding. Okay, a holding call right at the snap. I don't know. That's pretty.
Yeah, because, I mean, it was, he clapped his hands, and then it felt like the flag went flying right away.
But back to talking about how big special teams play a role. When I filmed the games for all of St. John Fisher football. So back, I think this was 2 years ago, St. Mike's JV played St. John Fisher JV. Game went to overtime, and it kept scoring. I think Mike scored a touchdown, got the 2-point conversion. St. John Fisher scored a touchdown, and the 2-point conversion field goal was just a mess. And it literally came down to that field goal team unit on deciding who won the game.
Absolutely. It's weird to think about. That one is complete, but only for about a yard or so. So 3rd and long coming up. Yeah, it is a weird. I had to prepare myself today, and I still kind of messed up in the first game. They scored, and you know their kicking unit went out there. I'm like, all right, well there's 7. You know, I just thought that right away. I got to remind myself that kicking is worth 2 for these guys. And that adds a whole dynamic to the game, right? I think something I'll bring up when I announced the season opener last year with East St. Louis. Marty, you like to talk about this a lot. I think it was Coach Frankie that said it. You might have to correct me, but you know, you try to win football through offense, defense, and special teams. East St. Louis scored the same amount of touchdowns that the Mount Carmel did, but their kicking unit just wasn't as great as ours. We had Louis Chiappetto. We had a kicker, and their kicker, he was playing other positions on defense. His predominant position was not on special teams. It possibly could have lost them the game, right? That's a huge part why, yeah.
I mean, people forget football's not just calling plays on offense and tackling guys on defense. It's special teams plays a role.
Absolutely. I mean, even in comebacks too and stuff like that, a field goal, it seems insignificant, just 3 points, right, if you're down by 20, but it helps out in the end. Special teams is a big part. I know
Punt formation, speaking of special teams.
right. Yeah. And you guys, the varsity team, that's the first thing you guys do at practice.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's
every week.
Every week, what, 20, 25 minutes of kicking every day, just punting, and Nico goes out there, practices his field goals and extra points. So it matters, yeah. Not a bad return. St. Mike's going to start off, St. Gabe's going to start off in St. Mike's territory after that Wildcat punt.
So it really seemed like that holding from St. Mike's played a big difference in getting that first down. It seemed like St. Mike just got stuck behind that first yard marker.
Yeah, and, you know, flags can impact these guys even more because 10 yards off of 3 plays is definitely a lot more for them because they're passing less. But still, you add a 5 or 10 yard penalty to that, they really got their fight. They really got to fight their way to get a first down. It's number 16 for St. Gabe's, Jake Lococo on the run.
See, I think what's different about the St. Gabe's team is their pursuit and execution of some of these run plays. Yeah, they're basic run plays, but even a reverse like that, going full speed, confusing the defense too with your fake handoff up the middle, it makes such a big difference.
I'm not gonna lie, this is not the St. Gabe's I remember.
Yeah.
If anyone watching is a St. Gabe's fan, they probably know that this team consistently did not make the playoffs a few years ago, and now, I mean, to go 3-4, it's not as successful as other teams here on the standings. But man, that's a huge improvement. If they could beat St. Mike's today, that's a really big upset. Running out to the left side, a Mo. Almost gets to the sideline. He's brought down. Not a terrible run. On third down now, they're going to have some work to make up for him.
So you're looking at 3rd and 5 here. After 2 plays of a reverse to the right, a sweep to the left, I'd say run it up the middle.
Be interesting to see. Now, your playbook is it's got to be more condensed, right? That first quarter, it was an open page. You could do whatever you wanted, right? You could really run whatever you wanted because you didn't meet these guys in the regular season. Now these guys know the players that are going to get the ball more than others, and they know which side of the field they prefer. They know that when they pass, these are probably the guys that are going to not only catch it, but where they're going to catch it. I think things like that play into it now. And as we get closer and closer to halftime, these offenses, it's going to be harder for them to run a play because they got to be very careful about what formation they line up in and how they go out of that formation.
So St. Gabe's has used the jet motion 3 times in a row now. And you got 4th and 1 here. So it's gonna be a more condensed. Oh, QB sneak, tush push.
Here we go.
Tush push.
Yeah, they don't even try
Oh
to.
no! Oh.
Wow. They didn't even try to draw St. Mike's off sides. They went right up to the line, called it, and they're moving the chains, Mart. That's awesome.
Looking like Jason Kelsey's Philadelphia Eagles there.
Yeah.
Got the job done.
Folks, we apologize for the black screen. We have some technical difficulties going on with our camera right now. So we're sorry about that. We're just going to keep it on audio only for a little bit until we get that video back. So right now, 8-8, 4.5 minutes. Here we go. All right. We'll stick with this. Okay. We just got confirmation we can switch back now, so we're going to get out of this webcam up here and just go back down to the field. All right, Mark, we're good now. Not much has happened since we had that technical difficulty. Let's see. We're going to take a timeout. Gabe's is going to be the one that calls it. 4 minutes to go in the first half. It's still a tie ball game at 8-8. When we get back, we're going to talk about why St. Gabe's scoring right here would be so important. All right, Mart, back down here on the field. Just like I said, under 4 minutes. There's definitely a possibility we could head into halftime with a tie game at not 8-8, but 16-16.
Mm-hmm.
It just depends on how these teams approach time management, clock management. Gabe's, though, drop back to pass. There's pressure in the backfield right away. Throws it.
Well, that's pretty close to grounding there. But
Yeah.
Oh,
He throws
maybe we
it.
do call it. Could be a late hit, though. I didn't see what happened there.
I think if anything, it'd be grounding, right? I think he's asking for confirmation.
Yep.
Yeah, okay.
So the rule is that the ball has to either cross the line of scrimmage or go out of bounds, or there has to be a receiver in the general area.
Yeah.
And I think that ball hit the corner of the 25-yard line and the out-of-bounds line. It's kind of funny how the side judge ref didn't call that, but the white hat referee did back there. But, you know, they got the right call, so that's all that matters.
All right, well, that's a loss of down as well, not only yardage. It moves them back even further. 3rd and 14. Not much time taken off the clock since we came back from that timeout. And here we go. They opened up with this formation, or at least something like it. Roll out right. Does he got him downfield? Yes, he does. Enough for a touchdown, too? I think he's in. Oh, they sound the horn. Oh, he stopped. He's short. Oh, he's short. Wow. That's a tough angle to see. We're going to have to look back at this one, man. Whoa.
Fumbled.
I didn't see a fumble.
Here we go.
Okay, here we go. He drops back, rolls out right, slings it downfield as he's getting pressured. Catches it at about the 6 or 7. Let's see. Let's look for a fumble, though. I didn't see a fumble. Okay, at the end.
I think it did, yeah.
At the end there, it looked like, wow.
It's exactly what you're taught as a young football player. The first guy wraps him up, and the next guy comes in punching for the ball. Perfect execution.
Wow. Okay, that is not what I expected. I didn't see that fumble at all, but you're right, Marty. That's exactly what they're taught.
That's awesome. Now a little QB sneak to get out of that short territory there.
Okay, 3 minutes remain. Yeah, they're just going to keep pushing upfield. Another run right up the middle. Exactly what you'd expect from that field position.
Might need a little sense of urgency here with 3 minutes left. But now St. Mike's has got first down to work with and enough room behind them.
So, I mean, that's a huge play. I wish we would have saw that up close even more. Him fumbling that at the 1 yard line, that potentially could have been a touchdown and a lead for St. Gabe's. Now it's St. Mike's here on the offensive with 2.5 minutes to go. They're looking to go into halftime with, another touchdown lead. They had one, but this is pretty impressive. I don't know. I mean, yeah, that play has huge implications. I don't think anybody really besides the 2 guys on the field that were fighting for the ball, I don't think anybody else realized that he really did fumble it, yeah.
That's what we talk about at Mount Carmel is the little things matter sometimes. Getting that second guy to come in on the tackle and punch the ball out can make a huge difference. Like, as much as you're worried about letting the guy run into the end zone, you can make an even greater play and punch that ball out, which is what St. Mike's did.
Definitely.
Split T formation.
We're going to keep it up right down the middle. Not much, though. So time is ticking, Marty. They definitely have enough to score. They also have all 3 timeouts, so I'm surprised they're not using them. I mean, it is a risk to go for a pass over the middle of the field or try to run a trick play almost, not a trick play, but, something that would catch him off guard.
Yeah.
I mean, it is kind of a risk to do that right now because if you end up turning it over, then you give St. Gabe's 60 seconds in the red zone to try and do something, which they were on a roll before that fumble, so I would not be surprised if that happened. They would go down and score. St. Mike's pass in and out of the hands. It's number 15 for St. Mike's, Andrew Tilko. We've seen a lot of him today.
Yeah, that's rough because St. Gabe's had 6 in the box despite 4 receivers spread out, so it doesn't make sense to throw the ball there. It's just you got to catch it first before you start running.
Absolutely. Minute 2 left in the first half. 4th and 7. And now they're just going to punt it. So,
and that incomplete pass stops the clock. So St. Mike's has now got all 3 timeouts left to work with.
And here comes St. Gabe's. I mean,
excuse me, St. Gabe's does.
Just before the 35-yard line. It's not incredible or perfect field position, but you're giving a team 58 seconds to go downfield. I would say that fumble didn't really pay off for St. Mike's or either team at that. I mean, yeah. But now St. Gabe's, they've got a chance. They've got a chance to make up for that unique play at the goal line.
So, yeah, I think I was incorrect on how many timeouts St. Gabe's have left. They got 1 left.
Mm-hmm.
But with the quarterback, like number 7, Brady McNamara, you're going to be able to move the ball here. I think you can get a couple passes in here.
To the left side, tipped by somebody.
Matt, that did look like a hook and ladder there.
Yeah.
You see number 34, Nino Capino, was kind of running a little fly route right behind that hitch route. I know St. John Fisher ran that last year for one of their home games, and it went all the way for a touchdown.
There you go. That's a play like that. Just a little bit of complexity in your offense can really get a inexperienced, and by inexperienced I mean young, grammar school defense. Can catch him off guard.
Probably another pass here.
Yeah, a lot of protection here for McNamara.
Oh, here it is.
Plenty of time.
Hook and ladder there.
Oh
no.
Yeah, now they're fighting for the ball, but I think that'll be All right, 3rd and 10 coming up. Wow, it almost worked, and you know what? I think even if they got it off, though, there was a safety back there for St. Mike's that realized what was going on, and I think he was ready to get out to the side and fight for the hashes and try to push him out of bounds. But yeah, that still would have been a great play and gotten them even better field position.
All right, here we go now, Matt. You got 4 wide here with a good quarterback. It's just St. Mike's has got 5 guys on the D-line. You got to be careful.
Yeah. McNamara, there's pressure right away. Throws it down the right sideline. It's caught, and he gets out of bounds. That's exactly what you want to see for St. Gabe's, man. If you're a Shamrock fan, things are looking pretty good for you right now. There's a possibility to head into halftime with a lead over St. Mike's, who is 6-1 and one of the powerhouses in this conference. Let's take a look at that replay. So there's just pressure, and I think I've caught on. If they don't put an extra guy on the line to protect McNamara, they're going to break through. St. Mike's has a very good defensive line. So
when the D-line brings that look out, a little 5-on-5, O-line, D-line, usually call out for man-on-man blocking protection. But if one guy gets through, McNamara is going to have to roll out there. But he's a good kid, and he's going to make a play.
Absolutely. He didn't hesitate there. He knows where the open space is. I think he's just, big hit there, though. That's an incredible job.
Humble.
Okay.
So
St. Gabe's ball,
Okay, so I think number 15's foot was out of bounds when he touched the ball.
Ah, gotcha.
So
that was a great
that's
hit
still
nonetheless, though, by Andrew Tilka. But you're right, yeah.
mean, man, that could have stopped the St. Gabe's offensive threat right there.
Definitely.
And that's one of those plays that not a lot of guys on the team know.
We've got it right here. So he breaks out, runs on his own, gets past the 20, and then he's just nailed. Ball comes loose.
I don't know. Maybe
it looked like his feet went out of bounds after he went on the ball, though.
Maybe that was the call, but it does look like he was in before.
Here we go. St. Gabe's, 2nd and 9. That's a smart play. Will it get them enough, though? Not quite.
Maybe, yeah, but St. Gabe's going to use that last time out. I like that, though, using the T formation. Number 34, Capano, he wanted to bounce it out, but good running backs do that where they look to work inside before bouncing it back out. I mean, you still got an extra 5 yards. Just you still got so much more to go.
Definitely. All right, heading into the timeout. St. Gabe's has no timeouts. St. Mike's has all 3, but there's only 19 seconds on the clock, so things are going to get tense here. All right, St. Gabe's coming back. They're using their timeouts very wisely here, Marty. I'd say St. Mike's probably should have used some when they had the ball back with 2 minutes left to go. They opted not to, and then they had to punt it away. Now Gabe's is knocking on their door, trying to put 6 more on the board.
So you got 2 receivers to the right of your screen.
McNamara immediately looks to pass it. It's a high one, jump ball. Nobody gets it. That was a 50-50 right there, yeah.
Yeah, we saw that earlier. That's how St. Gabe scored.
Right. Something you see with these quarterbacks, obviously their arm is still developing, right? But they throw it up high, man. You know, there's a lot of anticipation waiting for that receiver and DB, no matter who they throw it to.
We saw that Friday night at Triton College versus Fenwick. Jack Elliott and Quentin Burrell using that even on the 1 yard line as much as you can punch it in.
Yeah.
You got a good receiver out there. He's going to go up and get that ball. But look at this. Talk about special teams. This looks to be a 26-yard field goal attempt.
Blocked.
Left.
Wow. No good, but to be honest, Marty, it looked pretty good, though. It had the power, just the line broke through. Yeah, these St. Mike's kids on defense are a whole lot bigger than the Gabe's kids on offense. Talking about the trenches, you know. They're going to break through. We'll take a break here. Show you some. There's the kick there. Just wide left. Yeah. All right, we're going to take a break here, show you some ads about maybe why you should come to Mount Carmel if you're a prospective student.
Christos, Jack Elliott just got an ice cream bar after coming right out of practice. What are your thoughts on this?
Well, you know, Matt, most quarterbacks would go for maybe a Snickers or a Kit Kat, but this just really shows the versatility of QB1 here. He's got a unique skill set.
Would you like to experience what a day with the caravan looks like? Please come down to 6410 South Dante to shadow a current student attending Mount Carmel. Thank you to all of the young men who joined us today. It was great having you on campus. Visit our website to register and learn more.
All right, folks. While we were showing those ads, sorry, there was a unsportsmanlike conduct against St. Gabe's. I'm not sure exactly why. They had an injury on the field. There was an injured St. Gabe's player, and I think maybe. Well, I was thinking at first maybe they took too much time to get him off the field, but wouldn't that be a delay of game?
Probably, yeah.
I don't think that'd be an unsportsmanlike. So maybe some words were exchanged. I'm not sure. But I mean, yeah. Here comes St. Mike's now.
Should
with
be a
10
fullback
seconds.
dive
Yeah.
or QB dive.
There's no.
I don't know what the point of that is, but
I think they
Alright.
just run out the game. You know.
you're better off taking a knee there without risking a
and
fumble.
now they're calling a timeout. I don't get that. You're in a QB dive and then call a timeout immediately after.
I don't know. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's too much of a risk.
That's interesting. I don't know. But, yeah, so now St. Gabe's is out of timeouts and Mike's only has 2. But it doesn't matter. There's 6 seconds left in the game. If I'm St. Mike's, it's a tie ball game. You don't want to go into halftime throwing a pick 6 on the last game. Just knee this one out, take a knee off in the corner on the field, and talk it over. Yeah.
I mean, if anything, run fumble Ruski.
Yeah.
Do that, but there's no need to do anything crazy.
Right. All right. Well, I'm still interested as to what that unsportsmanlike is about. Maybe we'll catch wind of it from the guys up here in the box, but I don't know. Yeah. All right, back here, St. Mike's. They're not kneeing this one. Just a pretty simple play, out of bounds. Yeah. All right, we'll take you back up to the box here. No time left on the clock, so that is the end of the first half. Score, St. Mike's 8, St. Gabe's 8. Pretty close one here. Still not sure what happened there on the final drive of the half for St. Gabe's. We'll figure that out later, though. Marty, you've been in plenty of situations like this. You're a red hat for the football team, so I think out of anybody on the sideline, you probably get a feeling of what everybody else is feeling. Like, you see Coach Lynch right next to you, you see Jack Elliott because you're signaling him the plays, and you see the defense come off the field after each drive. If it's a tie ball game at half against a pretty good team, what are some things that are said in the locker room by the coaches and players that try to get you motivated to go and play in the second half and try to take the lead?
Well, I'll start off from St. Mike's perspective. They know that they're probably the better team in this. Looking at the record, 6-1 versus 3-4, probably have a little bit of what's going on sort of thoughts right now. But it's a simple approach as what did we do wrong? What do we need to do to fix it? And let's fix it.
Right.
But from St. Gabe's perspective, you're thinking we can hang with these guys. Like, we can do this. We can do this. It's more upward hopes of getting towards that victory.
Right.
But again, it all comes down to figuring out what went wrong and what it's going to take to fix it.
Yeah.
So.
And I think for the Caravan, you probably feel a lot more in St. Mike's shoes than you do St. Gabe's, right? This is a true playoff game. These guys did not play each other in the regular season, and that's kind of what high school is like. You'll go out, drive an hour out somewhere to play a public school team that you've never seen before, and the last time you played them was 5 years ago. So what is it like to go the entire regular season? You have a pretty successful approach to how you play those games, maybe a loss or two, and then out of nowhere you go into a situation like this. You've never seen this team before, and it's a tie ball game at half.
I mean, just thinking back to some previous games this year against St. Ignatius, it was kind of like a shock. Like, it's kind of been a while since we've been in this sort of situation.
Gotcha.
But it's kind of just a wake-up call, too. Like, hey, Can't be messing around anymore.
Yeah.
It's time to figure out what we do best, and to use that and just go full steam ahead.
All right. Well, that's it. We'll see you in about 7 minutes and 45 seconds for the second half of today's third game and third broadcast. Coming up later on, though, at 6 o'clock, the Buckeyes play St. John Fisher, the Falcons down there. That's a huge rivalry game. We're going to be excited for that one.
Go Falcons.
Yeah, before we head out, though, happy birthday to my uncle, your dad,
Yes, sir.
Dan Mann, fan favorite here at Mount Carmel. Happy birthday, Uncle Dan.
Happy birthday.
Yep. Folks, our next broadcast will be Friday night when the Caravan take on Loyola for football. Yeah, it's a 7:30 kickoff. You can watch the game here on our YouTube channel, Caravan Broadcast Network. Marty, it's going to be a great game. The sophomores play at 5. Varsity plays at 7:30. Marty, the past 2 years, by far, that has been the best game on our schedule. Loyola. That's the best football in general, right? And heading into Friday, though, things are, I'll say it, they're weirder. You know, they're weirder than the last 2 years. Both teams are going to have 2 losses, 6-2, usually not the record they have going into that big Week 9 matchup.
And we both had, not even just the 2 losses. We had pretty similar seasons with a Week 1 loss against a tougher, more nationally scheduled team, and even having injury troubles at the quarterback position too.
Absolutely. Yeah, Ryan Fitzgerald had a little injury there. Committed to Iowa, plays for Loyola, and then Jack Elliott some shoulder problems, similar to that of what Blaney Dowling was going through a few years ago. They're both ready to go, though, for Friday night. It's going to be a great game. Don't seem to have too many injuries. I think Javi Payne will still be out with that dislocated shoulder. Might come back, though. You never know. And then Xander Gorman, too, is still kind of a day-to-day thing going on with his concussion. So,
I mean, Matt, let's talk about this field position. Holy moly.
yeah.
Gotta love it.
It's kind of ran backwards almost. You know, it was an interesting return. But starting off the second half here, they're just going to have to keep running it. Out to the right, that's number 34 for St. Gabe's, I believe. That's Nino Capuano.
Yeah, he's been running the ball hard tonight.
Yeah.
And, I mean, that's to get a nice 6-yard gain there is going to make a big difference in getting this drive going.
I mean, Marty, they only have 8 eighth graders for St. Gabe's. And I'll tell you what, a majority of them, I can tell they really like playing, if that makes sense, you know?
Yeah.
Maybe a small group, but they're not here just to be here. So Nino is one of those guys. He's an 8th grader, attends Old St. Mary's, just like a couple of other guys here. But, yeah.
So you got trips left. I haven't seen this yet today.
Takes a snap. It's an immediate pass out to the left side. A very well-designed play. Number 16 for St. Gabe's, Jake Lococo, picks up some yards.
Hey, talk about well-designed. That was perfect, man.
Yeah.
You got a little halfback motion to the opposite side, that draws the eyes of the safeties from one side of the field to the other. And just this bang-bang play. We got Brady McNamara at quarterback. He can make that throw, get to that receiver quick.
Let's look at that. Right.
Look at those blocks from the receivers, too.
Very nice.
Enough for a first down.
Yeah, I'd say that's a very underrated aspect of the offensive side of the ball is blocking from a receiver. There are guys out there, you know, that play right now on a pro team in the NFL. They just don't really do it, you know. And I'd say some standout guys are guys who maybe they right. It'll be the fourth quarter. They have one target for not even a single reception. They're still out there blocking. So I think high schools are going to like the fact that these St. Gabe's receivers know to stay aggressive. Even when they're really not a part of the play, they understand that they still are.
TFL there is going to push St. Gabe's back, make it a tricky second and long, Matt.
Yeah, tricky is definitely the right word here. You're deep in your own territory after a not-so-great kickoff return to start off the second half. But you never know. Maybe they can come up with a big play here.
And look at this. St. Mike's has got 8 guys on the line of scrimmage.
That's insane. You know, they're not expecting a pass, and they
Look
don't
at
get
that.
one. That's some great defense.
They had some separation there, but it's good pursuit angles from the St. Mike's linebackers.
Right. David Amo on the carry there, number 11 for St. Gabe's.
So now it's going to be another 3rd and long here for St. Gabe's. I don't know, but you got Brady McNamara back there. He's got a good arm. I believe he started last year at quarterback, too. for St. Gabe's as a 7th grader.
I feel like that's not something you usually see in this conference is a 7th grader starting at really any position, let alone quarterback. So the offensive side of the ball, you want the best of the best, and that usually tends to be guys that are eventually going to play high school ball real soon. Yeah, I mean, there's just whole lot of stuff going on at the line of scrimmage right here. They're adding some extra guys. Pass pressure right away. Wonky pass, still catches it. That's Jake Lococo with the reception.
I think he's going to be a yard short.
Yeah, it didn't look like he got it there. Let's see. So he has to get to what is that? Got to get to the 33. Yeah.
It's a good play though. Like a little pop pass. Getting upfield.
There's a replay here. Yeah,
That's
just
perfect.
it was a wonky pass a little bit because of the pressure, but he still got it off, which is great.
Yeah, with running a pop pass route, all you got to do is find the soft spot
Oh yeah.
in the defense, because you got to know these linebackers, their eyes are on the possibility of a run, and they start to creep up. All you got to do is slip back behind them. But 4th and 1 here, Matt. It looks like a punt formation, but you never know.
Whistle blown right away. So this
Really?
will be.
They were-
Yeah.
Okay, St. Gabe's was really willing to punt on 4th and 1. You don't see that, but look at that. First down off an offsides.
We saw that a whole lot in the first quarter last game between St. Francis Xavier and St. John the Cross. SJC outscored SFX 16-0. And part of that was because they got 2 first downs off of 4th down because SFX's D-line went offsides.
Yeah.
That's huge. That definitely leads to more first down opportunities. That adds more momentum to not only the guys on the field but also on the sideline. It adds so much more team morale. When the other team makes mistakes, you're like, sure, I'll take advantage of that. And they absolutely did. The Falcons eventually figured it out, and they didn't have too many penalties after that. Motion across. Little pitch here. A Mo out to the right side. Will he have enough for a first down? Yes, he will, and more. Ball comes loose, but that's after he goes out of bounds.
That's great acceleration by Mo. Once he sees the edge, he hits it with speed and gets that first down and even more. But look at that. St. Gabe started about the 5-yard line, and they're still rolling.
Turning nothing into something here, Amar. I mean, I definitely expected Gabe's at some point between the 5-yard line and the 50-yard line to punt it away, and they almost did. However, that penalty definitely changed the tide. 8-8, still a tie ball game. Coming up on halfway through the 3rd quarter. St. Gabe's is trying to change that. If they can put 6 more on the board, that would definitely shake things up for St. Mike's offense, which has overall had a great performance tonight, especially at that opening drive. There's a flag right away. Number 34 is the ball carrier, Nino Capuano. He throws his hands up after the play. A little confusion, I guess.
See, that's
Holding on St. Gabe's.
I just cannot believe how. I mean, I believe it's holding, but I just cannot believe how quickly of a holding call
Yeah,
can be thrown.
I thought that would have been offsides, false, something. There we go, running the clock.
But we saw earlier, it was a holding call against St. Mike's, kind of killed a good drive earlier. It might kill this one now. But, I mean, it's still first down. So.
Right. 1st and 20, not where you want to be, but hey, anything can happen here. We saw that back when St. Gabe's was on their own 5-yard line. Another pitch to a Mo. They definitely like that formation with this guy. Ball comes loose, and St. Mike's falls on top of it. That was an incredible job by number 25 and 15 there for St. Mike's. Andrew Tilka, number 15, we've seen a lot out of him. But then Tommy Walter, number 25, for the Wildcats. Those 2 guys punched the ball out from Amo, and Amo wasn't really expecting it. He thought he had more time to get to the outside and run down the hashes, but he couldn't even get there before the ball came loose.
It almost looked like Mo was kind of getting tired of trying to hit the edge and just these defenders kind of swarming him. It seems like it's happened play after play after play.
Let's take a look here. I think Amo saw Tilka, but he didn't see Walter. Walter came out of nowhere. Here we go. Big run here. The same guy that just punched the ball out, Tilka, gets a first down and more. Running down the 10, the 5. That's a touchdown for St. Mike's. What a change of events here. A turning point in tonight's game. Round 1, that's playoff football, baby. You force a turnover, and then the same guy runs down and puts 6 on that scoreboard.
See, St. Mike's was just running up the middle with that I formation, but it seemed like bouncing it out seemed to really work pretty well for number 15 there. And you could tell, Matt, number 15, just the way he was running the ball. It's Andrew Tilka. He's running hard, full head of steam, almost like kind of like an Isaiah Pacheco sort of feel.
Right, Tilka is gonna try to keep that same feel up because he's got to go back out and play defense. That Wildcat point after is good. 16-8 Wildcats over the Shamrocks here for the 4 o'clock slate. Still a lot of football left, Marty, though. You know, this St. Mike's defense has got to go back out there again. And they got to get these guys ready. They were just out there. They played for pretty much half of a quarter. Some of these guys probably tired at this point. Now they got to go back out there and get another stop.
Yeah, you said it, Matt. Talking about letting up a touchdown and having to send the offense right back out there after probably an 8-play drive where it came to nothing because of a fumble. You got to dig deep to find the motivation to keep pushing through.
Absolutely, yeah. St. Gabe's here. You know, if you can't tell, you probably can't because we don't have St. Mike's sideline, which is right down below us here. St. Gabe's, they really only have a few kids there on the sideline, on the bench. St. Mike's has a whole lot more. And I think over time that definitely adds something. Team chemistry, you know, Marty, you and I played for St. John Fisher. There was a lot of kids on that sideline for each year we played. And there was some feel about that, right? We all went to Fisher, too. That's where we went to school together. So team chemistry and things like that, they're affected by that.
Oh, no.
I think Gabe's has it there, but whew.
That's all set up by the kicker there, number 17, Emmett Sismoska. A sky kick to the left can cause a little bit of trouble for any team. Because it's tough when you gotta. It's almost like catching an infield pop up in baseball. You think the ball's probably yours, and then you're hesitating. I don't know if it's mine. Hoping the left fielder's maybe gonna come up and call you off. But once that ball hits the ground, anything can happen.
All right, here we go. Kickoff coming up. 16-8. Excuse me, kickoff already happened. I'm losing it up here, Marty.
Oh, you're good.
It's a close game, though. Sorry. What I meant to say is we're taking a break right now. Got an injury down there. 8-point game for the Wildcats, though. When we come back, their defense is going to try to maintain this lead. All right, we're back here, folks. St. Gabe's trying to get something going. They're down by 8. I mean, it's a close game, Mart, which means, yeah, it's going to get a little slow. It's going to get a little boring. You know, it's just very repetitive. But, I mean, it's not a shootout. And sometimes those games, I'm looking at you, Big Ten. You know, Big Ten football is exactly like that.
Yeah.
Sometimes they're enjoyable like that. One score can change everything, right? When you're watching the SEC or certain divisions in high school, it just feels like a touchdown doesn't hold the same amount of weight as it would in a game like this.
Yeah, as much as it feels like we're at a low point for St. Gabe's with a fumble and then a touchdown coming right after it, you still got a quarter and 4 minutes left to go.
Absolutely. Yeah, I mean, we still got 10 minutes after this third quarter is up. St. Gabe's cannot get in their own heads now. They got to be on top of things here. If you let St. Mike's, if you give the ball to St. Mike's and let them come down and score again, it's like, you know, that's not the fourth quarter type of football you want to be playing.
Yeah, St. Mike's is continuing to send the pressure. If I'm the St. Gabe's play caller right here, you have to spread the ball out and use Brady McNamara's arm, because you got guys to catch it out there too. But in a situation like this is what, about 3rd and 17.
Absolutely, yeah.
You just have to throw it.
Yeah, it's 17 yards. You know, they can try to run some distraction, throw in some kind of trickery, but straightforward, this is going to be some form of pass. It's a screen pass, and the block is not there. Yeah. Marty, that's, you know, I'll get into a little rant here. Right, we're Bears fans, you know. For some odd reason, the Bears love screen passes, and for a non-odd reason, I don't.
Yeah.
It's very painful to kind of watch that play be one of our favorites on offense somehow. We're changing it, though. But, yeah.
A play like that, you just got to have trust in your guys to block.
Exactly. Yeah.
And if we're going to be honest, it did not look like the best blocking matchup there with a little guy going up against a bigger DB.
Screen passes, you know, they take what's already at the line of scrimmage and they just shift it over. So now, no matter what, you still have to block. Instead of O linemen, you've got, you know what I mean? You've got receivers that are smaller. If you have a strong DB that's got a big frame, he's gonna run right past that block and get to the receiver. St. Mike's running back here. That's a touchdown. Punt return, number 15 for St. Mike's. We've seen a lot of him today. Andrew Tilka, back-to-back touchdowns for the kid. He's having a great game so far.
I don't know. He's just got great footwork, Andrew Tilka, and he doesn't hesitate. He's got good. You could see his ball carrier vision when he receives his punt. Look at him. He gets the ball, takes a step back, and sees it and hits it and goes.
Hits the gap. I mean,
Like
cuts
Devin
back
Hester there.
upfield too. Yeah, I feel like most guys at his level would just run to the sideline.
Yeah.
That's just instinct on what to do. But he ran back in, which is that's something that experienced players, especially at that position, return and punts, and things like that. That's what they would do. Kick is good too. So now it's even more out of reach for the Shamrocks. 24-8. The winner of this game will match up with St. Francis Xavier next week at St. Lawrence. That's going to be an interesting one. And if Mike's comes out of this with a win, then it will mean that we would not have any upsets yet today. The 1, 2, and 3 seeds would move on.
Yeah, this is really tough for St. Gabe's here, Matt. You got Andrew Tilka kind of really messing up both the defense and the special teams unit here. It's just gonna take play by play. I mean, you talked about it earlier. Any point, any turnover, any big gain can play a huge role in starting a comeback. Because yeah, it's only the third quarter, but if St. Mike's gets this ball back, they're just gonna churn the clock. So you gotta value every possession you're gonna get from here on out. And you need a touchdown.
This might be the most valued possession they have. If they don't do anything here, then there's a big chance the Wildcats come back and score, and then at that point, you're really out of the running. Nice line drive.
Oh,
Gets
no.
past a Mo. Now Kupuano has to try to pick it up. Still doesn't have it. Eventually does. Brought out of bounds just before the 20. It is what it is, you know. That's line drives like that are very common, not only in football at this level, but also for some freshman teams. I know they like to do it. So,
Yeah, once that ball hits the ground on any sort of kickoff, you never know what's going to happen.
yeah.
But it's a good heads-up play. But still, St. Gabe's going to start a little further back than they'd like. And it's not going to make it any easier with starting the drive.
Not great field position here. 1:20 left in the third. Game going a bit slower than some others we've seen today. It was a close one with that one touchdown lead.
Goodness.
Interception. I mean, this kid is going to play at Georgia or something. How does he do that?
He just scored a touchdown on all 3 phases of the game.
That's crazy.
Oh, my God.
How do you
Wow. Holy moly. That's amazing.
put that in words, right? Wow, 30-8 now.
I mean,
You're-
that
you're
play
right,
almost
Mark,
came
yeah.
to him. He
I
didn't
don't
really have
know,
to
yeah.
move that much.
Wow. All right. Well, these guys will stay out there then to finish off the third quarter. They're going to have to kick back off the offense for St. Gabe's.
Yeah. A comeback, you know, it can happen at any time, but I'm going to say that might do it there, Matt.
Yeah. With that kick now, it's 32-8. St. Gabe's has not scored in quite some time.
But, I mean, hey, I said it earlier. St. Gabe's got to start throwing the ball more if they're going to get any movement with the ball. It's just wasn't the best throw.
Yeah, I mean, and you know, McNamara is not a bad quarterback at all, but I think time is getting to him.
Yeah.
It's a very repetitive process to go out there, and I think the same plays over and over again. It's getting to him, you know.
See, if anything's going to happen here, Matt, it's got to be off this kickoff here. Wow. Oh.
Does Mike's have the ball? Oh, they do.
That's a great – oh, my gosh.
You know what? Well, that's the end of the quarter, so we'll take you back up here to the box. Marty, I think I asked this last game when Nick was calling it. I said, you know, is this more so St. Francis having a good game, or is this St. John the Cross having a bad one? Like, what's going on here? I think it's pretty evident. It's pretty obvious St. Gabe's is losing that touch. You know, have you ever had a moment like that where Carmel they stayed at the same level the entire game and you wore the other team out, or Carmel just kind of went down on a hill like that?
We had a lot of those games like that last year. I think immediately to the Quincy game, all the way out there. Scored 64 points against them, but we just never slowed down. But we've been trying to find that this year with, you know, kind of having that perfect game and rolling. It's just it's tough. It's tough sometimes.
Yeah, I think let's talk about last Friday where you scored a touchdown there late in the game. Man, the start there was a little worrisome. The opening kickoff the past 2 weeks now has not gone our way, or at least the first play, the immediate start of the game. What did you notice on the sideline? What changed from Fenwick being up 10-7 to us being up 35-10?
I mean, I remember kind of after that first quarter, it seemed like we all started to have a little bit of more energy going.
Okay.
And even in that at halftime, we were all getting ready. It seemed like everyone was just kind of screaming. We were just excited. It was still like a 2-score game, but we knew we were rolling.
Right.
And that's all it takes sometimes is just high energy.
Definitely.
So-
All right, we're going to put you back down on the field here where we're finishing up the third quarter, moving on to the fourth. So 10 minutes left in this game. But, Marty, exactly what you were saying. There's definitely a vibe you can feel from each game, this flow of energy between two teams. And I was worried about Fenwick. I said it on the Shoulder to Shoulder podcast last week. I'm like, do not be afraid, or don't be shocked if Fenwick comes out opening drive of the game and they just punch us in the jaw.
Yeah.
That's
they
exactly
did it.
what they did, yeah. It's shocking, but I think it woke us up and, like you said, got us ready for halftime and what happened after that. What was going through your head during that touchdown, though?
I was thinking before the plays, what could happen if I do score?
Yeah.
It's going to be a pretty damn good feeling, and it sure was after.
Right.
Had all those guys coming around cheering me on after I scored, but, it was just another touchdown for the Mount Carmel Caravan, that's all.
There you go. You knew it was coming your way, too? It was predetermined? Yeah. From a guy like Emmett Dowling, too. You guys are both St. John Fisher alums. We're about to see the Falcons play later today at 6 o'clock. Right now, 5:30. We're wrapping up this one. And this kid, Andrew Tilka, number 15 for St. Mike's. I don't know where he's going to high school. I might have to find out, because if he's going here, we're
you
getting
better.
a good one. Yeah.
He just, I said it earlier, but he just reminds me of Chiefs running back Isaiah Pacheco. Just the way he's just got that footwork, and what's different from Pacheco and Tilka compared to most running backs is that they have this. They both have this grit in them that they want to just run hard, and just run right through. And he's just not slowing down. You don't see this too often from 7th and 8th graders. He's going to get the ball right here.
He's wearing that Guardian cap, too. Pass out to the left, incomplete. You know what? I'll be honest. It looks like he knows what he's doing.
Yes.
And in some of these 7th and 8th grade games, for some of the guys out there, at certain times, they lose interest and they lose sight of what the play call is, or if they're on defense, they're not in the game, Tilka's been in it all game, He probably turns it on as soon as he wakes up, and then the game isn't really over for him until that final whistle is blown.
Yeah. But even now, there's still 8 minutes left in the clock. I think it's a running clock from what I know. It's kind of like that awkward 4-minute offense you got to run where you don't want to let up a turnover, but you also need to get first downs. But St. Mike's, and this is what most teams opt to do, is just don't even worry about what the scoreboard says. Just run the ball.
Yeah, just keep running. I was kind of surprised they passed it there. Turned out to be incomplete, so they're running it a whole lot more now. They're now pinned down inside the 10, which means 1st and goal at the 7-yard line is coming up for them. I think something else, Marty. The way they break out of the huddle, everybody sprints to their spot. Even at this point in the game when it's pretty much secured, they're still showing that they want to play.
Oh, wow.
Brought down immediately. That is number 59 for St. Gabe's, Nathan Yolich, 8th grader. He attends St. Gabe's as well. That's a pretty good job there. He just jumped the line at the perfect moment.
It's still goal-to-goal situation here with 2nd and 12 left to go to reach the goal line. But I don't think St. Mike's is worrying about how much time's left on the clock or what the scoreboard is. It's just a matter of what it's going to take to get to the end zone.
Well, here comes Tilka again. Not much on that play. In fact, I think he might have lost the yard. So 3rd and long coming up. Still aiming for that end zone.
Yeah, that's that Shamrock defender looks like he's coming in from the opposite side of the line of the line of scrimmage, seeping through a gap to make that tackle. 3rd and 12 here. you never know. St. Mike's could pass it, but smart play would be to run.
Right. Still running that eye. They have been all game.
Oh, here we go.
Oh, man, he's wide open. That's number 10 for St. Mike's. Joey Scheel runs it in the end zone. So off a 3rd and goal at the 12-yard line, Scheel picks up 6 more points for the Wildcats. That extends their lead to 38-8. 30 points over the Shamrocks right now, looking to make it 32 with a kick here.
I mean, we saw it earlier, a little fake handoff to a fullback flat route. And those receivers are running cross routes, which allows a fullback to have room with a one-on-one safety, with the safety that's probably has man-to-man against him. And when you have at least 5 yards of separation, you can let a guy with some skill to do whatever he wants and make sure he gets in the end zone. But look at that. St. Mike's, doesn't matter what the scoreboard says. Let's get in the end zone. Maybe get some backups in here.
Definitely, yeah. I like that analysis, though, that separation, because when you're so close to the goal line, it's hard to get it. And doing stuff like that, distracting the defense to then get those 5 yards, that's all you can ask for as a receiver.
That's so true. Even I forget about that sometimes. Like with our Thursday practices at Carmel, we go through our red zone plays that we're gonna hopefully run that Friday. But it does take a lot of separation because you forget that there's not that much room anymore downfield once you get into that red zone. So any separation you can get is going to help you out with scoring a touchdown.
Exactly. I think we saw that a lot last Friday against Fenwick. We usually what would happen, we'd get the ball at the some yard line in our own territory. We'd get a huge play from Cooper Lehman, a huge play from Quentin Burrell. And then it's like, all right, now we're at the 10, then we're at the 5, then we're at the 3, the 2, the 1. It starts progression like that because it's so hard to find separation the closer you get to the end zone. Here comes number 34 for Gabes, breaks free, and there he is again. Ball comes loose at the end. Oh, but he was down. It was Nino Cupuano at the end there. All right, Nino Cupuano taken down by Andrew Tilka. I don't know if this was done on purpose here, Marty, but Andrew Tilka's name is the only one in all caps on my roster that I was given. There's a couple other ones that are bolded. I think, there's really only one, and I think that's just because of his age. He's a little younger than the rest of the guys, so there might be some rule there. But yeah, Andrew Tilka's name is in all caps. So I think whoever made this roster is trying to tell me that he is going to play.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I'd be interested to see where he's going to high school. I mean,
Absolutely.
he's still got a month and a half left until the entrance exam.
Right,
So-
yeah, that's definitely coming up. If you're interested at all in Mount Carmel, come shadow us, Friday night would be a great day to shadow. It's not homecoming week, so we don't really have a pep rally or anything like that. But for a rivalry week like this, I think the feeling you get on a Friday at school is unmatched to anything.
Especially when there's a home game going on, too.
Oh, yeah. Here comes Cupuanu. Out to the left side. That's some great separation there. Oh, man, just trucks a kid at the 25. And then gets in for a touchdown. We're going to definitely go back to see that one again. Oh, my Lord.
I think he had a little bit of anger running that ball, looking at the scoreboard.
You're down by 30-plus points. Whew.
I mean, as an 8th grader in your last game wearing a St. Gabe's uniform, it's a good way to go out.
I mean, we definitely got to take a look at that.
Damn. Wow.
He just trucks him. Wow. He lays him out at the 25 and then still gets in for the 6 points. That's awesome. 40-14. They're trying to make that 16. Bad snap. Good kick, though.
Good job by Brady McNamara to get the ball down. Sometimes that can be tough.
40-16. Shamrock still down by a lot, trying to hold their own with 1 minute and 40 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Coming up, we've got kickoff to end the game. All right, back here on the field. St. Mike's looks like they've got some backups in, some 7th grade young guys trying to get some reps going. It's a handoff. I believe that was number 1, Jasper Morris on the carry. There's also number 8 out there for St. Mike's. That's Michael Kutsulikis.
Might have one more play left. I don't know. St. Mike's is trying to squeeze every play they can possibly get despite the running clock.
Tried to make a sub there, just didn't work their way. All right.
I mean, just, Matt, looking at this game as a whole, it's crazy how this game was tied 8-8 at half.
It was, yeah. It's a very, very good point, Marty.
32 points in the second half, even with a running clock for the third quarter. Is pretty impressive.
Well, I mean, and you know what? Gabe's had a lot of opportunities in the third quarter. St. Mike's just capitalized on theirs more. That was really what happened this game.
I mean, even it's starting to all come back, but Andrew Tilka really had all those touchdowns.
Yeah. All right.
Go quick.
Tilka powers and leads St. Mike's through the first round of the SCC playoffs. They're going to be taking on the 2-seed St. Francis Xavier Falcons next Sunday at 6 o'clock. St. Lawrence High School. Going to be a great game. Overall, a great game there, Marty. St. Gabe's, their season,
Yeah, man, I'm going to be leaving you, but fans, I want to let you know this next game, St. John Fisher versus St. Barnabas is one you're not going to want to miss. Earlier in the regular season, the game came down to a 35-yard field goal. So they're going to both teams are ready to play. You don't want to miss this one, folks.
This is going to be a great one. I'm glad it's kind of the primetime one at 6 o'clock. Nonetheless, the one we just had here was great. St. Gabe's had an incredible season. St. Mike's is going to continue theirs next weekend.